Dum da dum dum. Dum da dum dum dum. Sound familiar? Welcome to the Ledger Actors Workshop, produced by the Audible Local Ledger, a reading service for people who are blind or print disabled. In 1949, actor Jack Webb changed crime drama forever with Dragnet. Before Dragnet, radio detectives were glamorous, hard-boiled, and unrealistic, and Webb wanted the opposite, the mundane reality of police work. He partnered with the Los Angeles Police Department to use real case files. He introduced Sergeant Joe Friday, a dedicated low-key detective. The show premiered on NBC on June 3rd of 1949 and instantly gripped audiences with its documentary style and authentic police jargon. Dragnet ran on radio until 1957, spanning over 300 episodes. It spawned massive television versions, movies, and pop culture catchphrases like, "Just the facts, ma'am," even though Friday never said those exact words. It completely transformed how the public viewed law enforcement. Webb's insistence on realism created the modern police procedural genre we still see everywhere today. Here is the Ledger Actors Workshop, laying down the law with The Big Cop.
It was Tuesday, May 9th. It was warm in Los Angeles. We were working the day watch out of burglary detail. My partner's Ben Romero. The boss is Thad Brown, chief of detectives. My name's Friday. We were on the way out from the office, and it was 2:37 p.m. when we got to the corner of Norwich and Figueroa Street, the used car lot.
Not gonna get through this gate. Padlock on it there.
Oh, I see. Main entrance is around the corner, down there on Norwich.
Oh, just look at the way they've got the cars lined up in there. Think they'd have every gate on the lot opened up.
You pick up that bunch of mugshots for R&I?
Yeah, I got 'em right here. Sure a scorcher this afternoon, huh?
Yeah, it's supposed to cool off some tonight.
Too bad you couldn't make it over the house for dinner last night. We ate out of the backyard. I barbecued some hamburgers.
Hope you had better luck with them than you did last time.
Oh yeah, threw some kerosene on the charcoal. Had a good hot fire.
That so?
Uh-huh. My hamburger had a little taste of kerosene. Nobody else mentioned it, though. Guess they were all right. We'll have to try it again next time you come out.
Yeah, uh-huh. You see anybody around?
Back there by the office. That looks like her, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
How you doing, Sergeant? Been looking for you.
How are you, Goldie? Good to see you.
Romero, how are you?
Goldie, how's the job going?
Not bad, not good. You got my message all right, huh?
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Well, I don't know how much good I can do you. Tell you one thing, I'll try. What's the pitch?
There's someplace around here we can talk, Goldie?
This is all right, Sergeant. Not gonna be anyone around to bother us but the flies. What's up?
Maybe you checked it in the papers the last couple of weeks. Burglary gang hitting stores, warehouses.
Oh, yeah, they've been moving pretty fast, I hear.
What else did you hear, Goldie?
Not much. Nothing you can put your finger on, anyway.
Yeah.
What kind of setup you looking for?
Maybe 4 or 5 guys. They've had experience, we know that. You hear anything at all?
Few rumbles, yeah. Like I say, nothing definite. Friend of mine, he got out of Chino a year ago. He was around the other night to see me. He was talking about it, the burglary gang.
Uh-huh. He have much to say?
He's not tied with them, I can tell you that. He still runs on fringes once in a while, but he's clean. He got a few rumbles downtown, that's all.
What'd he tell you, Goldie?
It's supposed to be an outfit from the East. I don't know where. Like you say, they're supposed to have experience. Say, we got a cooler full of soft drinks over here by the shack. How about one?
I don't mind if I do.
4 or 5 guys in the setup, like you say. Friend of mine says one of them might be a blonde guy. Name's Hodges. Mean anything to you?
Any description on this Hodges?
No. Friend of mine didn't say. Just overheard it, you know. Open this for you. There you go. Ice cold.
Thanks.
Sergeant.
Thank you.
Ooh, sure's warms out here on this lot. Say, got a trade joke for you.
Yeah?
It's the truth, too. Happened to me. Couple of tire kickers came in the other day. Real cubes.
Tire kickers?
Yeah, you know, no-sale customers. They come in, walk around cars, kick the tires, then they walk out again. No sale.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, these 2 tire kickers come in and they tell me about a 31 sedan they bought down the street. This guy who bought it says to me, "Miss, I drove the car 2 blocks and it blew up like an atromic." And the other guy says, "No, Max, you got it all wrong. You mean an atromic bomb." Ooh, telling you, Sergeant. Real cubes.
Uh-huh. Don't like to press you, Goldie, but did your friend have anything else to tell you?
Not an awful lot, no. Supposed to be the gang's got some connections in town. Maybe some kind of inside tip-off system? I wouldn't know.
Where'd your friend pick up this talk?
I don't know that either, Sergeant. You can talk to my friend if you want. I'll write his address down for you.
Fine.
This burglary mob, they're making pretty big takes, huh?
Big enough, Goldie. Over 60,000 in merchandise. We're feeling a lot of pressure on it.
You can count on me. I'll pass on anything I hear. I still owe you guys for helping me get started again after I got out of queue. It's one thing I ain't gonna forget.
You've helped us a lot, Goldie. Leave the bottles right here?
Yeah, fine. Say, I couldn't interest you in one of our specials today, could I? Got some nice late models, clean cars.
How about those 2 people over there? Just wandered on the lot. They look interested.
No, I can tell you just by looking at them. Couple of real gophers. They're worse than tire kickers.
Gophers? How do you mean?
Gophers! Fence jumpers. They go from one car lot to the next, never buy a thing. They crawl all over the cars, leave the doors open. They start the car, gun the motor. You know. They never buy. They're much worse than tire kickers.
You don't like the job much, huh, Goldie?
It's not too bad. It's a lot better than having the law on your tail. Like that gang you're after. Can't understand that pitch anymore.
How do you mean?
I figured it out on paper. Dollar for dollar. I'm making much more than I ever did trying a racket. Just plain honest working.
Uh-huh.
It's the truth. You'd think those guys could figure it out. Just plain old honest working.
Yeah, maybe they never tried it. For a full 30 days, the expertly directed operations of the burglary gang had half the men in our detail chasing them from one end of the city to the other to stop the raids on stores and warehouses. It seemed the faster we moved on the gang, the farther away they got. Additional men assigned to night patrol, more stakeouts, closer surveillance of stores and warehouses. It all went for nothing. We checked time and again on the possibility that the burglaries were the result of an inside tip-off. Night watchmen and warehouse employees were checked and rechecked. We found nothing out of line. Tracers on possible suspects through the record bureau and the statistician's office netted us nothing. We tried every routine procedure in the book. We were still without a solid lead. We had our informants, such as Goldie, working overtime for us. Still nothing. Ben and I left the used car lot and looked up that friend of Goldie's, a Pete Wheeler. He said he'd overheard the talk about the burglary gang at a bar one night. As much as we talked to him, he couldn't remember the bar or who did the talking. The investigation went on, so did the burglaries. 4 days later, Ben and I were called into Chief of Detectives Thad Brown's office.
I'm going to tell you the same thing I told every other man working on this thing. I don't care how fast you're moving or how hard you're pushing. We're more than a month deep in this job. We still haven't got a lead. Now I want one.
We've backtracked over every foot of this case, Skipper. Double-checked our informants, all the possible suspects, everything.
Then keep digging. The front office doesn't buy excuses. I can't buy them from you. That gang of thieves have grabbed off close to $70,000 in goods. How much heat do you think we're taking from the merchants, the insurance companies, warehouse associations?
I don't know what your idea of it is, but I can't help thinking the gang's working some kind of inside angle, getting tip-offs. The way they've been dodging our stakeouts, you'd think we published them in the paper.
I know, it's been checked on, though. No sign of an information leak anywhere.
What's your idea, Skipper?
I don't know. I'm inclined to go along with Friday. Everything points to a tip-off somewhere along the line, but where's it coming from? We've checked all the warehouse employees, all the watchmen, all the other channels. You know that as well as I do.
How about the number of stakeouts running now?
I've had them doubled in the last week or so. For all the good they do, the men might as well be home in bed. Can't you work anything at all out of your informants? Somebody has to have a line on those thieves. They can't be that quiet about the big deals they've gotten away with.
We've got half a dozen people scouting around for us. We check with them every day. They don't know any more than we do.
How about the bulletins we got out on the stolen merchandise? Anything turn up on that at all?
Few nibbles. None of them panned out. Got every department in the country watching for the stuff. And that's one thing we can count on.
The thieves are gonna have their hands full trying to unload these goods. Excuse me. Brown speaking. Oh, yes, sir. Uh-huh. When was that? Oh, yeah, right. Soon as possible. Right. Might be something.
Yeah?
Valley Division. One of their traffic cars found a truck sitting in a grove of trees off of Coldwater Canyon. Abandoned.
What's the pitch?
Truck was all right, except for a burned-out distributor. They figure it was left there last night. Couple empty wooden crates in the back of the truck.
Uh-huh.
Crates had warehouse labels stamped all over them.
It tie in?
Same warehouse that was raided last week.
Along with a crew of men from the crime lab and latent fingerprints, Ben and I drove out to the valley and checked over the abandoned truck. The empty crates found in the truck were definitely identified as having been taken in a burglary at one of the largest warehouses in the city a week before. Originally, they contained furs, but there was no trace of their contents. The truck was impounded and taken downtown to be checked over for fingerprints. Meantime, we ran the number through our DMV and found out it was registered to a John Baldwin. We checked his last known residence, but he'd moved. No forwarding address. We ran the name through R&I and found a John Baldwin with a petty theft record. His prints were checked against those found in the cab of the truck. They matched. From Baldwin's mama sheet, we got the name of his nearest living relative, a Raymond Baldwin. We went to this last known address, but he'd moved also. After another day of checking, we traced him to his place of business, a chicken farm in the west end of the valley. His wife told us we could find him at a horse show and rodeo, which was going on in the valley that week. We finally located him in the grandstands at the rodeo, the public address booth.
That's right. I'm Ray Baldwin. We're not supposed to have any visitors in the booth.
Police officers, Mr. Baldwin, like to inquire about your brother John.
Well, what about him?
We'd like to locate him. Can you tell us where he stays?
Say, could you hold on a minute? I've got to make an announcement here.
Sure, go right ahead.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eye on chute number 3. Chute number 3. It's Cowboy Tom Granger riding Black Diablo. Tom Granger. All right, Tom. Let her go. Sorry, officers. Got to keep the show going. What is it about my brother?
Like to locate him, sir. Do you know what his present address is?
Well, whenever he's in town, he stays with me. He hasn't been around for a month, though.
Have you heard from him in the meantime?
No, I haven't. He went up north on some kind of business deal. Could you tell me what you want to see him about? I'm his brother.
Do you know if he owns a truck, sir?
Yeah, John's got a truck. That's his business. Works hauling small loads from here to San Francisco and back. He hasn't been in an accident, has he?
No, sir. Nothing like that. Do you have any idea when you expect him back in town?
Well, to tell you the truth, I thought he'd be back here by now. Thought he'd write a letter anyway. Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right, folks, and now back to chute number 1. Keep your eye on chute number 1. This time we have a favorite rodeo performer from coast to coast. It's George Buster Travis, and he's riding Nevada Fury. Okay, George Buster Travis, let her go. That ought to hold him for a while.
You say your brother John owns a truck, sir. Do you know if he took it with him when he went on this trip north?
I think so, yeah. John drives that truck everywhere. If anything's wrong, I'd sure like to know, officer. Is there anything wrong?
Routine investigation. We work out of burglary detail.
Are you acquainted with any of your brother's friends, Mr. Baldwin? Any of the people he associates with?
No, my brother keeps pretty much to himself.
You don't know any of his friends at all?
There is one fella. Don't know if I care too much for him myself. Used to work with John down at one of the warehouses. I think he had a police record. That's why I didn't care for him.
That's so.
Yeah, never acted right to suit me. He's a tall, blonde fella.
Uh-huh.
His name's Hodges.
Before we left the suspect's brother, Raymond Baldwin, we got a complete description of his brother's friend, identified as a Norman Hodges. We asked Raymond Baldwin to notify us just as soon as he heard from his brother. Then we went back to the office, checked Norman Hodges through R&I, and found out he'd been convicted of second-degree burglary 6 years before in Buffalo, New York. He also had one conviction for grand theft auto in California. We got out bulletins and APBs on both Hodges and John Baldwin. In the week that followed, it didn't seem to check the burglary gang. Together with the other men assigned to the case, we ran down every lead possible on Hodges and Baldwin. Routine investigation failed to turn them up. 8 o'clock Monday morning, May 25th. Burglary Friday. Captain Wisdom, No, not right now. Any message? Okay.
Joe,
Good morning.
I was just in Thad Brown's office. I think we've got a live one.
What do you mean?
Burglary gang. They hit up on another warehouse last night, down on Commercial Street.
What's the word on it?
10 minutes before the burglary, a patrolman spotted a guy sitting in a car down the street from the warehouse. He went up to the car, asked the guy sitting inside for his identification.
Yeah?
The man pulled out a policeman's ID card. The name was Paul Eastman. Patrolman said the guy had on his regular top coat with his uniform on underneath. He claimed he was there on special duty, had all his identification, so the patrolman went on his way. A couple of minutes after that, the burglary was pulled.
If the guy was impersonating a cop, where'd he get the ID card?
That's just it, Joe. There is such a cop as Paul Eastman, works out of the Hollywood division. The patrolman identified his picture.
What reason could Eastman have for being down on Commercial Street?
He couldn't have any reason.
Huh?
Last night was his night off.
There are at least 2 criminals for whom a police department will spend any amount of effort to apprehend. One is the armed thug who shoots down a police officer. Obviously, the man is dangerous because if he wouldn't hesitate to shoot an armed officer, he wouldn't hesitate to shoot an unarmed citizen. The second type is the police officer who betrays his trust as a public servant to work hand in hand with the criminal. He is equally dangerous because of the harm and the disgrace and the contempt for law he can inflict while hiding behind his uniform. It's not hard to see why many a policeman considers an officer turned thief no better than a killer. Besides bringing shame to the rest of the department, the bad cop violates the most obvious standards of conduct. He becomes the very person he has sworn to hunt down and apprehend, a common criminal. Monday, May 25th, 8:15 a.m., we notified the Bureau of Internal Affairs about the information on Officer Paul Eastman. Then Ben and I got in the car and drove out to Eastman's house in the Echo Park area. It was a modest one-story cottage set back behind a couple of palm trees.
Yes?
Mrs. Eastman?
Yes. What is it?
Police officers, Mrs. Eastman. My name's Romero. This is my partner, Sergeant Friday.
Oh,
Good
how
morning,
do you,
ma'am.
Sergeant. Did you want to see Paul? Well, I'm afraid he's not home yet. He told me he might have to work late.
Did he say what time he'd be coming home this morning, ma'am?
Just about this time, I think. Won't you come in, please?
Yes,
Yeah, all
thank
right.
you.
The children aren't up yet. I was just fixing some coffee back in the kitchen. Would you care for some?
No, thank you, ma'am.
No thanks.
Was it something important you wanted to see Paul about? Well, maybe I could help you.
Thank you, Mrs. Eastman. We'd like to see your husband.
Oh, well, I don't think you'll have long to wait. Paul should be along any minute.
He usually work late on Sunday nights, Monday morning.
Oh, yes, he has been, for about a month now. Paul hasn't been on the force very long. Well, I guess you know that.
Yes, ma'am.
He found it hard to get used to, the overnight work especially. Do you men work the overnight?
Yes, ma'am. We take our turn at it. Like to ask you a question, Mrs. Eastman.
Yes.
Which day does your husband have off?
Why, none. I don't think Paul's had a day off in weeks.
That doesn't jibe with his schedule very well. He's had Sundays off for the last month.
I don't understand. Are you sure you haven't made a mistake?
No mistake, Mrs. Eastman. Wonder if you can tell us how your husband's been acting lately. You notice anything out of the ordinary?
Well, I don't think I know what you mean, Sergeant.
Does he seem to be working a pretty irregular schedule?
Well, yes, but he said they were pretty busy down at the station. They call him at all hours. Well, that's what he told me anyway.
How does he seem to be making out financially? All right?
Oh, yes, we make out just fine. Paul has a job on the side. He works to get extra money.
What kind of a job, ma'am?
A machine shop downtown. Why do you ask?
You ever see him at that shop? You ever see one of his paychecks from the shop?
Look, Sergeant, I don't understand any of this. I want to know what it's all about.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Eastman. There seems to be only one way to put it.
Yes?
We think your husband's working with a burglary gang. We're here to put him under arrest.
Paul?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Oh, no. Paul wouldn't do that. He wouldn't. Paul's not a thief.
Afraid that's the way it looks, Mrs. Eastman. Sorry.
Oh, no. I couldn't believe that about Paul. What's he supposed to have done?
We'll know that when we round up the rest of the gang. Seems pretty certain he was working for the gang, though. Giving them confidential information, acting as a lookout for them, probably accounts for a lot of the time he spent away from home.
Oh, no. Paul, I can't
Take it
believe
easy, Mrs. Eastman.
I'm just sure you've made a mistake, Sergeant. My husband's never given me any reason to think he'd do anything like that.
How long have you been married, ma'am?
5 years. We have 2 babies. Paul's always been a good father to them. He'd never do anything to hurt them.
Just one more question, ma'am, then we won't bother you. Does your husband have a den or a workroom here in the house? Someplace he keeps for himself?
Oh, no. But yeah, there is a large cupboard downstairs in the basement. He keeps his guns locked in there, his hunting things.
Wonder if we could see it, ma'am?
I don't have a key. Why do you want to see it?
Quite a bit of merchandise missing in these burglaries. Like to look if you don't mind.
I don't understand it at all. Paul did bring in some packages a few times. It was late at night. I asked him about it, but he just kind of laughed it off. I thought maybe he had a present for me or the kids, and he was putting it away.
Could you show us the cupboard, please?
It's this way. Here, back through the kitchen.
Thank you.
You really don't have proof, do you, Sergeant? I mean, you don't know for sure.
We're not positive. If there's nothing to it, your husband's still got a lot of explaining to do.
Oh, be careful of the stairs. They're a little steep. Right over here. See this big cupboard right here.
And there's some ventilation holes along the top here, Ben. You got that pencil flashlight with you?
Yeah, here you are.
Thanks.
Can you see anything?
Yeah, uh-huh. Do you know if your husband keeps any of your furs in here, Mrs. Eastman?
Furs? Why, no. I don't have any furs.
Afraid we'll have to break this lock, ma'am. We'll see it's replaced.
Well, you can break it if you like. That's all right. Paul kept it locked just so the children couldn't touch the guns, his hunting rifles.
Would you reach me that steel bar off the bench there, Ben?
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, there we go. Get that loose here.
Looks like it.
Recognize any of this, Mrs. Eastman?
Furs? Silver fox? It can't be. I don't understand it.
What's that tag say, Joe? On that bunch of furs.
Let's see.
Oh, what is it? Let me see.
It's nothing, ma'am.
Oh, please, let me see. To my dearest Helen, from Paul. Beautiful furs for a beautiful girl.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
No, it's all right, Sergeant. I have to go upstairs now. The children are waking up.
All right, ma'am. Mrs. Eastman?
It's all right, Sergeant. I never cared much for Silver Fox.
We continued searching through the basement cupboard, and in addition to a couple dozen expensive fur pelts, we found a packet of letters from a Helen Burroughs. There was a return address on the envelope. Before we left the Eastman home, we called the office, and a couple of men were sent out to keep the house in constant surveillance in case of Paul Eastman's return. 9:25 a.m., Ben and I got in the car and drove to the address of Helen Burroughs, an ultra-modern apartment house above the Sunset Strip. We went up to the third floor, apartment 308.
Yeah?
Police officers. You Paul Eastman?
No, you got the wrong apartment.
Hold it there, Eastman.
Break your leg off. Get out of here. Get out.
Hit it, Ben.
I'll push your face in, cop.
All right, on your feet.
Who do you think you are, breaking in like this?
Hold still, mister.
Real tough dicks, huh? What are you doing? Fucking for lieutenant?
Where's your girlfriend, Helen Burroughs?
It's a one-room apartment, cop. Do you see ya?
All right, come on.
I won't even offer you a payoff. You wouldn't have brains enough to take it.
That's right, Eastman. Let's go.
You can't beat it. There's nothing worse than a dumb cop.
You bet there is, mister. A bad one. Before we left, we searched the apartment for any trace of stolen merchandise, but we found nothing. We called the office and arranged for a stakeout in the apartment. Then we got Paul Eastman in the car and drove downtown to the office. We took him into the interrogation room where we questioned him for more than an hour. He refused to admit that he had any connection with the warehouse burglaries or anything to do with the burglary gang. 11:30 a.m., Eastman requested that he be allowed to talk to Chief of Detectives Thad Brown. 11:40 a.m., Thad Brown came to the interrogation room.
All right, Eastman. Say what you gotta say.
I'd just like a fair shake on this. That's all, Chief.
Yeah.
These two dicks have got it in for me. Trying to railroad me. Won't even listen to reason.
That depends, Eastman. What's your idea of reason?
It's the truth, Chief. They're not conducting this thing right. They're trying to sweat it out of me. They keep putting words in my mouth.
You go ahead and name it, Eastman. You name anything we've done out of line.
Believe me, Chief. This isn't a fair way of doing things. Can't we go in your office and talk?
Let me set you straight, mister. You're a burglary suspect. You're not a privileged character. You're questioned in the same room and in the same way any suspect's questioned.
I just want a fair chance. That's all, Chief. Tell you what I have in my mind.
Go ahead. And you can stop calling me Chief. You stopped being a cop the minute you were arrested.
Look, can't we go in your office?
I'm busy, Eastman. You can tell me here or forget it.
All right.
I'm sorry. I just want to say that maybe I did get misled, got involved with this gang. I can do a lot to straighten it out, though.
Yeah?
I promise you, I can give you all the dope on the gang you want, the whole setup, how they operate, how you can reach them. I'll tell you everything. I just like a little consideration, that's all.
Yeah.
I think you can see my point, Chief. I can give you all the information you need. You can pick up the whole gang in a couple of hours. You'll have the whole thing wrapped up. I can tell you everything you need to know. Now, that's worth something, isn't it?
What do you want?
A little consideration, that's all. I can crack the whole case for you. That's worth something, isn't it?
Immunity? That what you want?
Well, that's not asking too much, is it? I can break the whole case for you. That's the fair way, isn't it?
Sit down in that chair, you crooked little bum. It's time somebody read you off. It's time you got wise to what you are.
I want a fair deal, that's all, Chief. I can hand over the whole gang to you.
Now, let me tell you something, Eastman. I wouldn't take you up on that if it meant 50 years before we reached that gang. I wouldn't take you up on it if it meant my job. You get this through your head, mister. You're a bad cop. You want to know what that means? What it really means? I can tell you 1,000 ways, but I'll only use a couple. This isn't a private affair. You're a bad cop. You're a lousy one. You'll be all over the front pages tonight and tomorrow morning. Everybody's gonna read about you, a bad cop. It makes great news. They're not gonna read about 4,500 other cops, the guys you think are poor dumb slobs, the honest cops who walked their beats last night, the guys who risked their lives, who did the jobs the way they were trained, the way they're hired to do. People aren't going to read about them. They ain't going to read about the Fridays and the Romeros, the rookies pounding their feet flat out in the sticks, the traffic boys on the motorcycles, the men in R&I and the crime lab crew, or the guy in robbery who stopped 2 slugs last night. They're not going to read about them on the front page. They're not going to read about millions of man-hours turned in by thousands of honest cops, here and all over the country. People ain't gonna read about cops who worked 40 honest years, the Donahos and the Steeds and the Macaulays and the Wisdoms and the Tetricks and all the rest of them. They're not gonna read about the 98%, mister. They're gonna read about you. One crooked, thieving cop. He worked with a burglary gang. He had an apartment for a beautiful dame in a beautiful fur coat, and he was a cop. And he had a nice wife, and he had 2 children. And you know what it means? Every kid in school with a cop for a father will have to fight his way out today because of you. Every woman with a cop for a husband is gonna go shopping at a market today, and she'll have to answer to the butcher and the grocer and every one of her neighbors because of you. Every cop in this city and across the country is gonna have to stand trial because of you. We could have piled up 100 years of great policemen and great detectives, men with honor and brains and guts. And you crooked little bum, you've torn down every best part of them. The people who read it in the papers, they're gonna overlook the fact that we got you. We washed our own laundry, and we cleaned the thing up. They're gonna overlook all the good. They're gonna overlook all the good. They'll overlook every last good cop in the country. Oh, but they'll remember you, you bum, because you're a bad cop. Because you are a bad cop. Book 'em Friday.
All right, let's go.
What's his big beef? You think I was the only one in history? What's the idea anyway?
Come on, Eastman.
You'd think I was the first cop to try a deal.
Yeah, it's too bad.
You bet it is. I'm not the first one.
Too bad you're not the last.
We hope you've enjoyed our performance of Dragnet, the Big Cop. In our version, Joe Friday was voiced by James Kuntz. Ben Romero was voiced by Matt McDougall. Goldie was voiced by Lauren Vanderwater. Ray at the Rodeo was voiced by Greg Daly. Norma Eastman was voiced by Karen Hayes. Paul Eastman was voiced by Grant Baxter. The introduction in Thad Brown was voiced by Eric Joseph. This play was directed and designed by Eric Joseph with authorized sound effects from Envato Elements. Join us next month as we honor Eugene O'Neill with monologues and scene study. That, dear listeners, is what we here at the Ledger Actors Workshop call laying down the law. Bye for now.